takes a second to start, so this preparing. All right, guys, I think we're live. I apologize for any quality issues. We are running off of our phones today, so I apologize for any quality concerns, but we're out here. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. We're here with our Ag 122 model, which is our flagship spraying drone from our partners at Helio. Really excited to show you around this. Let's go ahead and take a walk over to the drone. This is our largest model in our newest lineup of spraying drones. This is a 22 liter or just over 6 gallon capacity model. This model has a lot of really amazing features. First of all, it's got everything you would expect from a flagship model, like obstacle avoidance, automatic terrain following, an incredible software suite, really impressive spraying capabilities, as well as removable tanks, easily swappable batteries, of course, swarming capabilities, and it's a US made product. So let's go take a closer look. We already have the drone set up and ready to go. You might be able to hear the tones from the drone. It's just telling us it's plugged in, it's ready to fly. We've already filled up the tanks, but I'll show you how easy it is to actually swap them out. The tanks are simply removed by lifting up on the tank. So you can see here, we do have some water in it. It might be hard to see, but it is almost completely full. Each tank is a little over 3 gallons, and they just simply drop right into place. Same with the batteries, they're simply dropped into place here. The battery on both sides. One of the beautiful things about our lineup of spraying drones is, even though we have 3 different size models, all 3 models do use the same type of battery and charger. This largest model does use 2 batteries. The smaller models use a single battery, but it makes it really simple if you're using 2 different systems to swarm. If you're flying more than 1 aircraft at a time, you can have a consistent set of batteries and chargers between your entire fleet. So it makes it really, really simple. Again, guys, I know I'm covering a lot of data here. If you do want to learn more about these systems, just make sure to visit our website, hse-uav.com. You'll find a ton of information on these systems on our website. We've just added a lot of really interesting testing that we've done with our partners at the USDA in Texas for the spraying data. So it's really, really interesting. I urge you guys to take a look at that if you're interested in that type of information. These drones are incredibly capable. Really, really incredible machines that can cover a ton of area. We're talking upwards of 30 acres per hour. They have really powerful pump systems, so you can apply high rates as well. And they're built to really work. These systems are designed to work. They have redundant GPS, redundant IMUs, redundant compasses, and they're proven to work. Cumulatively, these systems, we have more than 50,000 acres sprayed in just 2 short years. And that's the hard data that shows our customers information. So it's really, really impressive to see. I'll give you a quick overview of the spraying systems here. So the 4 arms on each side each have 2 nozzles, so there is a total of 8 nozzles on board. You can see the nozzles down here. They are interchangeable, of course. There's also 2 pumps on board. Something interesting about this particular model, the 122, is since it has 2 tanks and 2 pumps, it also has 2 flow meters. You can actually spray 2 separate products in it as well. So the front set of nozzles can spray 1 product, the second set can spray another. It's a pretty interesting feature that this aircraft has that I haven't seen before. This model also has FPV camera, of course, very long range communication system. It is a redundant system. It has a separate communication system for the telemetry data and one for the FPV camera and the remote control. So very, very simple to use. In just a few minutes, guys, I'm going to show you the software. I'll share my screen with the PC computer, and I think you guys will really be impressed at how easy it is to actually operate and set up the flight plans for this. It gives you a ton of flexibility in terms of how you can set it up, the type of data you can import and export, and just how simple and straightforward it is to use. So let's go back over to the PC, and we'll get you shared on that screen and show you how this works. Really straightforward. Again, guys, if you do have any questions, feel free to post it in the comments right to your right on YouTube here. If you have any more specific questions, you can visit us on our website, hscuav.com. There's a chat box on our website. You got a phone number, email. We got all sorts of ways for you guys to connect to us, and you'll be able to talk to one of our sales reps. They'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. So let's go over to our ground station setup over here. Don't mind my breakfast. Again, these are the batteries. Here they are out of the drone. You can kind of get a better idea of the size of them. This model does use 2 batteries, as you can see. Very straightforward. Let's double check that we're still live here. And we are. Awesome. Hopefully you guys can see us well. Comment and let us know how the quality is streaming mobile here. So please let us know. We'll always be willing to improve. This is the remote control system. So we have our FPV camera on the main screen here. Of course, we have our control sticks here. We have some functions and the buttons down here. We can change the flight modes, but realistically, this system is not designed to be used from the controller. This is a fully autonomous system. This is an option. It is included standard with all the models, but this is only used for manual flight operations. For most of our operations, we do all of our flight planning right through our computer right here. So give me just 1 second. I'll switch you over to the screen share, and I'll show you guys how I create this flight plan. Screen share. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and set up our flight plan. I actually already have an area created, but we'll go ahead and create a new one and get you guys set up here. So hopefully you guys can here. And let's see, you should be able to see my screen. Yes, you can. Okay, so this is the Agrisolve software that's used to operate these aircraft. Incredibly straightforward system to use and very, very simple. So let's go over to our operations. All of our commands happen for our system. Let's go ahead and connect to the drone. Actually, I'm not connected yet. So we'll hit the connect button. We're now connected to the drone. We can see all the critical information of the aircraft. We can see our battery level. We can see our altitude. We can see our video's good. We can see it.
Oh, I can't see you, so I can't see where to aim the camera. Okay, good.
Right good.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
I see Joy waving her hand.
Yeah,
I'm
like, I can't see
you guys can see us, of course. But no, I think we're good. I can see it on my screen here. I can see the stream, and it looks
Perfect.
great. So no problem there. It's because I'm screen sharing.
Got it.
So in our operations tab, again, we can see all our kind of critical flight information. This is where we actually start and operate our drone. We go over to the planning tab up here. We can see we have a couple different customers. Under each customer, you can have multiple areas. So what I'll do is I'll go to our HSE customer page, and I'll actually create a new area. Actually, let's do this. Let's delete the one that I already have, since we're not going to be using it. We'll delete it. We'll create a new one so you guys can see the process. So you have a couple options here, polygon or area spraying and spot spraying. For this particular case, we'll do a polygon spray. And in this case, we're going to just use our map to create our area. There's other options you have to bring in your polygon for your area. You can import shapefile. I believe you can also import KML files. You also have the option of a handheld GPS tracker where you can actually walk your field and mark flags to create your file. So a lot of different options to create your area. So let's zoom in just a touch so you guys can see a little bit better. Let's add some points. Let's see here. Let's move this one over a little bit. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I made a mistake. Let's delete that one. I added an extra point where I didn't want it. So let's start here. Go here. We'll make a really simple plan for the demo because I do want to keep the drone fairly close so you guys can see it. And then we'll close the area. There we go. So that's our area 1. You can see up at the top here, we can see it's a 1.13 acres, so just over an acre. So this will give a pretty good representation of how long it actually takes to spray. So you guys keep an eye on the time. Now, when I click on this area, you'll see it gives me all sorts of options in terms of what I can actually change. So I can change my swath, I can change my sections. I can actually section this area into multiple sections if it's a very large area. For this, let's set our swath to 24 feet. And we'll set our spray altitude, let's do 11 feet.
Simon, what's the maximum swath?
Actually, what's interesting is I don't think there actually is a maximum swath. It allows you to set pretty much any swath you want, which is really, really handy for applications like vector control, where you might be flying very high and wide at very low rates.
Yeah.
So you're not limited in terms of minimum or maximum swath.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So we'll set our flow rate. We're going to use the dynamic flow rate option, which allows the pump to automatically change its rate based on the speed of the aircraft, so the application is very consistent. So we'll set our spray rate at 2 gallons per acre for this particular flight. Let's set our speed. We'll slow it down just a little bit. We'll go to about 8 miles per hour, mainly so you guys can see it. But there is a built-in calculator in the maintenance tab here that is really handy for determining the maximum speed in which you can fly for the specific type of flow rate that the aircraft has. So these values can change based on nozzles that you're using. So you have to measure the maximum gallons per minute that the pumps are capable of to determine your speed. And there's a built-in tool in Agrosol to do so, which is really, really handy. Let's see. All right, 11 feet spray altitude. We have our swath set to 24 feet. I think that all looks good. Let's move our landing point. I'm going to land it where the drone is at this point. Another great thing about this system, it allows you to set a landing point wherever you need. So if you don't want it to land at the home location, you can have it land, for example, on the opposite side of the field, and you can move your operation down as needed to move your operation quickly. So you're not having to fly all the way back and you use more time than it needs to complete an area. Really, really handy. Let's also make it start over here. So you can see it's very simple to use. I can easily move my points around. Very, very straightforward. Once I'm happy with all my settings, all I'm going to do is click the checkbox. And you can see everything looks good here. So all I have to do is upload it to the drone. I'll go over to the drone. You can see right now I only have one drone connected. If I had multiple drones, you'd be able to see them here. I'll click the upload button. I'll click on the area to select my area. And we can see down here at the bottom left, it's uploading the mission. Another thing I like about this, it has a redundancy in uploading the mission. So it's going to upload the mission to the drone, and it's actually going to download it back from the drone to confirm that it was sent correctly. So another safety feature built into it. So we'll let it finish uploading. Okay, it's done. So essentially at this point, we can go back to our operations tab. And all we have to do is hold down the arm button and then hold down the takeoff button. The drone is going to take off automatically. It's going to fly automatically. If there's any type of issue, it's going to return to home automatically. So it's incredibly straightforward to use. So let me stop my screen share so we can go back to our camera, and we'll show you guys the drone fly. All right, so we're back here. Let me just verify a couple things on my end of my checklist here. Make sure our pump is armed. Alrighty. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the drone here. I'll go ahead and hold down the arm button. Let me take off. So right now, guys, it's climbing up to our set altitude. It's going to go over to the first point. We're going to see it descend down to our spray altitude, and it's going to begin spraying. So there's our first point. You're going to see it descend slowly. You can also see it changing its direction for the direction that we set. going to come down to 11 feet. Okay, and it's going to start flying forward in just a second and begin spraying automatically. There we go, beautiful. Guys, it might be a little hard to see the spray pattern, but I promise you it is spraying. Actually, you can see it pretty well right now. I'm sure you guys can see that. Look at that, beautiful application. It's pretty windy today too, but even with the wind, I can see there's a very, very little drift with this system. The nozzle layout on this drone is pretty impressive. With our testing that our partners at the USDA did, we were seeing in some cases, depending on altitude and setup, over 30 feet of swath. So this drone can cover a lot of area. It's really, really impressive. So here it comes again. You'll see that when it reaches the end of its row, it automatically slows down and shuts off the pump as it moves on to the next row. And you can see just how consistent the altitude control is. Right now, it is using a radar for altitude control. So really, really easy and straightforward. I also have my controller here. I'm just holding it because I don't have my computer with me. I always want to have a backup just in case I need to take over control. It's going to be hard to see with the sun, but I can see my FPV camera on here. If I ever need to take manual control, I can use my controller to do so. You can also take over manual control using the computer, which is really cool. There's an option to pause the aircraft and move the aircraft by clicking on the map or using your keyboard, basically like a video game. But as you can see, you're not so much a pilot when you're operating this, you're an operator, hence the operations tab. We're setting up our flight plan, we're confirming our flight plan, we're telling it to arm and take off. The drone does everything else on its own. So again, it is running at a 2 gallons per acre rate here. So this was just over an acre area, so we should see about 2 gallons applied. Again, we do have about probably 15-mile-an-hour gusts today, actually. It's fairly breezy, but even so, very little drift with this pattern. We decided to fly on this side of the field today so you can see the spray pattern a little bit better, and I think it's working. You can really see it laying down beautifully. And even with the short grass, if you look carefully, you can see anywhere where the drone is flying over, it's creating a lot of turbulence in the grass, which means the application is going really very, very thorough. I made this flight plan fairly small, so there's going to be maybe 1 or 2 more rows. When the aircraft is finished, the aircraft will automatically begin climbing to its return to launch altitude and fly back automatically. Agrosol has a ton of built-in safety parameters. If you're swarming, where it won't allow you to have multiple aircraft at the same altitude, or it won't even allow you to arm multiple aircraft if they're too close together. So it makes the swarming operations extremely easy. And you know, every aircraft that you add in addition to this, so here it is. Oh no, there's one more. Every aircraft you add to this is doubling your capacity. So it's really, really impressive. We'll let it finish its operation here. I just love seeing this aircraft fly. Despite the size of this thing being absolutely massive, as you can see, it's actually still very quiet. I mean, even when it's maybe 30 feet away from us, we can easily have a conversation. We don't have to yell at over each other. And at this distance, there's basically no noise. You guys probably can't hear it. All right, so it's climbing up. We're gonna back up a little bit because we are standing fairly close to where the drone is gonna land. So we're gonna back up just a touch. You guys will see the drone come right back. Again, I haven't touched any controls. This is a completely autonomous system. All right, so the drone is coming back. Again, we set this height in our drone parameters. You can set the height to whatever is needed. It's gonna stop right here. The drone is gonna descend slowly and it's gonna land automatically. You guys can probably see the clouds, just how fast they're moving. There's a lot of wind up there. The drone is as stable as it can be. It's going to land right there. Blowing up some grass there. They did just cut it. Let's come back to the drone one more time. I'll give you guys one last walk around. Again, if you're interested in this system or you want to learn more, just make sure to go on our website. Again, hse-uav.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's how you get reminded to see these live demos. So if you want to see more of these live demos or see more of our videos that we're adding all the time, just make sure to subscribe to our channel. You'll see the little button right below. If you click the little bell icon, you'll get notified on your phone anytime we have a live demo. We do live demos at least once a month, if not more. And we're starting to add more and more stuff to our YouTube channel, including a lunch and learn on Tuesdays. So be ready to see those as well. We'll make sure to send out reminders for those as well. Again, hse-uab.com. This is our brand new Ag 122 6-gallon spraying drum model. This is going to revolutionize the spraying industry. So make sure to go learn more. Again, if you guys have any more questions, you know where to contact us. You can add comments in the YouTube to your right or go on our website. But again, I just wanted to thank you guys again for joining us. And we love doing these live demos, so please add any comments for any suggestions or things that you want to see next time, okay? I think we'll go ahead and close it out there. We'll go ahead and fly this one some more, but we'll probably go ahead and see you guys next time. Make sure, again, to subscribe, because that's how you get your notifications. But we'll go ahead and shut off the drone. It's really easy. We'll just disconnect the batteries, and we're going to refill the tanks and keep on flying.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thanks, Simon.
Thanks again, guys. Again, this was Simon speaking with HSE. So we'll see you guys next time. Thanks, guys.